Hello, it has been the longest time since I filmed a video, so I'm so happy to be back, and thank you to everybody that voted in my poll. I really appreciate your input. So this first video is going to be a health update, and then I'm going to do some more vlogs and things like that. It has been exactly 5 years since I had my total thyroidectomy. I can't believe how fast that time has gone. It literally feels like I filmed that very first video like a week ago. It's crazy. So during that time, I've been living between Dubai and Australia for my husband's work. My recovery has been like great, but there's definitely been challenges along the way. I had doctors in Dubai that I worked with, but the medical system there, if you don't have insurance with the company that you're working with, it's quite expensive. And I just have always connected with my Australian doctor who I would touch base with all the time. It's really important to have like a base doctor that you can see who knows your complete history and who you really connect with. Because a lot of the time in Dubai, when I would see the doctors, they would shame me for having surgery and shame me for not having children yet. And it was a really upsetting situation. Sorry, my cat's scooting around on the floor. The last time that I went to a doctor in Dubai, it was just to get a blood test. I still get blood tests every 3 months. And this was just before I came back here. I got them done and he just shamed me the whole time. He's like, I can't believe you would have surgery. That is so like, who told you to do that? Why would you do that? And was just questioning me. And I was like, this happened 5 years ago and this advice is not helpful at all. I'm here to simply get blood tests so I can see my doctor in Australia. And it really upset me that rather than being positive and being like, okay, what can we do to help you now? He was just shaming me and shaming all of my doctors and stuff, which I just thought was really inappropriate because he didn't know my medical history. He didn't know how long we had tried to prevent surgery. Like we tried for years and years. I had Graves' disease for 4 years and we tried everything. And then it got to the point that I was going to have a heart attack or have organ failure. So I wasn't responding to anything. I tried everything and nothing worked for my body because everybody's different. So you should never judge someone for having surgery or not having surgery because you just don't know how their body and their cells have react to everything that's going on. Yeah, so that happened and that was really disappointing. So in Dubai, I really had to learn how to manage my lifestyle and find balance between work and rest because the jobs that I was doing were really stressful jobs. I had a lot of responsibility, which I loved, but at the same time, the like adrenaline and just the being on my feet all day, it just wasn't working for my body and I just wasn't healing. So I had to leave my theater job. I ended up getting a job at the World Expo, which was amazing. And it was perfect because it was a 7-month contract. And then I knew after that I would be coming back to Australia. So that was a wonderful experience. But again, towards the end of it, my levels became unbalanced again. I became super fatigued. And that was because I was doing like up to 17,000 steps a day. I was purely on my feet all shift. I was traveling to and from work. Like my commute was like 3 hours a day. It was like a lot. I was so grateful that my body was healthy enough that I could do it. But then towards the end of the 7 months, I was so exhausted. I was definitely burnt out and I needed to come home and be with my doctors to get everything everything sorted for the next stage in my life. I've been back in Australia now for 2 months, I think it is, and I've seen my endocrinologist twice in that time. So the first set of results came back that I was hypo, so I had hypothyroidism, which I am considered to have post-surgical hypothyroidism anyway, since I had surgery, but normally I'm pretty much in range, but I was hypo, which explained why I was so tired and fatigued and just not feeling myself at all. She upped my dosage and I had to get blood tests again. I just saw her 3 days ago and everything is perfectly in range. She said I'm like smack bang in the middle, which is amazing. I also think it's just being home, having access to so much more like fresh fruits and vegetables and being with my family and just feeling more relaxed and settled has helped me get back into a good health range. The main like thyroid symptoms that I get would definitely be hormonal acne, which I'm working with a lady for my skin because I'm still really breaking out all along my chin. I get awful cystic acne, and it just, I don't know if any of you have ever suffered from that, but you can just kind of feel a bit self-conscious about it, especially at my age. Like, I'm in my 30s and it is starting to clear up, but that's a continuous thing that I have to maintain. I get migraines multiple times a month, particularly like before my cycle happens. That's when I get the worst ones. They're like hormonal migraines. They are so awful. I'm getting better at managing them, but still sometimes you wake up and you have one and you just, for the next 3 days, there's nothing you can do. You're just in bed. It's awful. So that's definitely something that I have to consider and I have to manage. So now let's get to fertility. Oh my gosh, this is something I've never wanted to share because it's so real and raw and I'm going through it, and it's a hard topic to talk about. It's so personal. Yeah, I've been working with my doctors for years trying to get my levels in a range that is safe to try, and also that my body would even be able to fall pregnant. Yeah, it's been really hard. It's just something that it's been a lot harder than I anticipated after having surgery. I haven't lost hope or anything because I just recently got tests and they said like everything's fine, like biologically. Yeah, it's just a matter of praying that it happens. The next step would be seeing a fertility specialist. We're not there yet, but that will be the next steps. Like, I don't really have much to say about that because like I said, like, it's so personal and I am still going through it. So let's talk about lifestyle now. I've preached this from the beginning. Finding balance and having clean nutrition and regular exercise and even meditation is such a huge part of healing. Doing those things consistently and regularly completely changes the way I feel. If I don't do those 3 things, I am so unbalanced. I actually started a dedicated YouTube channel just to teaching yoga because that was so huge on my journey, and I'm so passionate about yoga and meditation. I'll link that below if you're interested in subscribing to that. Yoga was the main form of exercise I did alongside weights and like walking. My focus right now is just being in range and trying to start a family. I hope everyone is feeling so happy and healthy, and leave me a comment, say hi. I love chatting to you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day.